Here's how I made the most delicious caramel popcorn to give out as holiday gifts to my neighbors and friends. It is so good, I feel like I'm going to eat it myself. It's going to be hard to give this away. So here's how I did it. I started out with half a cup of popcorn kernels, and I put it in this air popper that I have. It doesn't need any oil. And the top is actually the measuring cup, the half cup. So I just plugged it in, set everything up. And here comes the popcorn. Occasionally I had to rotate the bowl, or else I think it would have been too much on one side. And after I got the bowl of popcorn, I left it on the side for a few minutes. And I had peanuts in the shell. This recipe needs half a cup of salted peanuts. And I didn't have a can of peanuts, so I wound up shelling peanuts. But either way is okay. If you shell them yourself or if you just buy them in a can and they're already without the shells. So measure half a cup. And this is a giant roasting pan that I normally use to roast chickens and turkey. And there is all the popcorn. This is the half cup of peanuts. And this is one batch of the recipe, but after I put it on the popcorn, it didn't seem like enough caramel to me. So I'm going to read you double what's in the pot here because I went back and made a second pot full. So you're going to need 2/3 cup of butter, 6 tablespoons of corn syrup, 1.5 cups of brown sugar, and you are going to put it in a pot with a candy thermometer. And when the thermometer reads 225 degrees, you can turn off the heat. And you're going to put half a teaspoon of baking soda and half a teaspoon of vanilla extract. The heat is still off here. You're just going to mix that in. And then you're going to dump it on the popcorn and the peanuts. So this was the first batch I did. This is half of the ingredients that I just read you. And I felt like it wasn't really enough caramel. I put it on and I mixed it up like the recipe said, but I felt like it really wasn't coated. So that's why I went back and made a second batch. So here is my second batch. And I just poured everything on, and then I mixed it all up, and I put it in an oven that the temperature was 275 degrees, and it baked for 20 minutes. Here's what it looked like. And I mixed it up again, and if I made this recipe again, which I definitely will, this was the first time I've done this, I would listen to what the recipe said. They wanted you to take 2 cookie sheets and put parchment paper on it. And when this came out of the oven, dump it on the parchment paper on those 2 cookie sheets so that it doesn't get stuck like this. I mean, if you don't do that, it worked out okay anyway like this, but I think that way is probably easier because it would come right off the parchment paper. Because after it cooled, it was pretty stuck. You could have turned this pan upside down and it wouldn't have fallen out. So I just took a metal spoon and broke up the chunks and put it in this container. I got 2 containers full, but these were pretty big containers with the batch that I made. Next time, I'll definitely put it on the parchment paper. If you do leave it in your baking pan, soaking it for like 5 or 10 minutes with really hot soapy water, and I used a brush and it got everything off really quick. So it was okay either way. And if you're going to be giving these out as gifts, this is how I did it. I had these reusable, but I guess they could be disposable Tupperwares from the dollar store. And I just put a little label and a bow, and I'm all set. This is definitely a gift that I would like to receive from friends or neighbors or coworkers, but this batch belongs to me. It is too good.